from the city is still. I'm from the city is still.
Hey guys, welcome to Pittsburgh. My name is Anthony. I appreciate you joining me for another one of these sports card investing videos. Today, guys, I want to talk about grading sports cards and why I send certain cards to certain companies. Because there are several different grading companies out there, guys, and all of them, in my opinion, serve a purpose. But before we get into that, guys, if you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, because we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, guys. That we just hit 2,000, which means Slabs or Cash, guys, is coming very soon, guys, to a live stream near you, where you guys are going to have the opportunity to pick between my graded cards or my cold hard cash. But you got to be a subscriber to be eligible for that, guys. And if you missed being in the first 2,000, guess what? You're still eligible as long as you subscribe, and you're subscribed before we do Slabs or Cash, which, like I said, will be coming on one of our weekend live streams. So make sure you guys stay engaged, because we're going to be doing lots of really awesome stuff on the channel. Do me a favor also, guys, smash that thumbs up for me. That lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job, and it'll push this video out to more people. Without further ado, guys, I want to get into some cards. And I want to talk about why I would send them to the grading company that I send them to. So let's start with like the lower tier cards, the cards that you want to get in the market in fast, that you know aren't going to hold great value. And what I mean by that is I got some slabs here of Prism draft picks. So this stuff I send to GMA all the time. GMA is a lower end grading service. We do group submissions on these on the channel, and it's $7 per card. You can send in as many as you want. You can send me one card, you can send me 100 cards. It doesn't really matter. But these are the type of cards I like to send to GMA, are like lower end rookie cards, or, you know, for example, like cards of Patrick Mahomes, or any like star from like lower subsets and stuff like that. So this is a good example of the type of stuff I normally send to GMA on a monthly basis, just because it's stuff that's not super valuable raw, but once you get it graded, if you can get the GMA 10, it pulls pretty nice pricing. So in my opinion, the GMA 10 is pretty equivalent to a PSA 9, like somewhere in that range on most of these cards. So it'll take it from being, you know, a $1 to $5 card and take it to being anywhere from a $20 to $30 card in most cases. So for that reason, I like to send stuff like this to GMA, because it does help with the flip. The next type of cards that I use a different type of company for is like lower tier base rookies, or, you know, just stuff that I don't really need max money back on, because PSA is going to ultimately always be king when it comes to reselling the cards that you get graded. But for cards that I want to get in on the market and I want to get higher than GMA value for, and I'm okay with waiting 3.5, maybe 4 months to get them back, because I know it's going to be about half the time of PSA. For that purpose, I would go with SGC. I also really like SGC slabs, because they've got the black slab, which is just really, really awesome. So like, this is the type of stuff I would normally send to SGC. Now you can get away with sending this stuff to GMA or PSA or any of the other grading companies as well. But for stuff like this, which is just your, like, you know, base level, lower tier, like low to mid tier rookies and stuff like that, I mean, really, any of these would also be great for PSA, but like I said, to get them back early, like these are the type of things that I don't mind sending into like an SGC or something like that, because I know I'm going to get them back faster. So these are the type of cards that I consider mid-tier. But then once you get into the higher end stuff, whether it's colored parallels or short prints or anything like that, you know, for the big boys, these are the things that I always send to PSA. You know what I mean? Like your John Morant's, your Zion Williamsons, your Trey Youngs, your Luka Doncics. Like these are cards that you want to get maximum return on your value with. So for these, like I said, these I always send those type of cards to PSA. Now there are other companies that we could talk about as far as grading. For example, you got BGS, which in my opinion is still probably the #2 company behind PSA. I think SGC is really starting to close the gap on BGS. Here's the problem. My issue with BGS is they're having tons of problems with fake slabs. And to be honest, they're like one of the most expensive to grade with. And they don't bring the same return as PSA. Now, I love the slabs. Like, they're probably the most heavy duty out of all the slabs on the market. And I love that. And I really like how they have the cards even inside a little sleeve encapsulated inside of their slab, which I love that too. So don't get me wrong, I like Beckett. I just will not use them right now because the fact that they're not bringing, like, for example, like I can get close to the same value of Beckett with SGC, and I can grade with SGC for a fraction of the price I can grade with Beckett. You know what I mean? So if they were bringing the PSA value and they were somewhere in the ballpark of PSA as far as pricing. Now, the nice thing with pricing with PSA is I'm in with a group submission through my friend Nate Everyday Im Hustlin. So I get really amazing pricing when it comes to submitting to PSA. So I actually submit to PSA for around the same price I can submit to SGC, and sometimes even cheaper on certain cards. So for me, you know, it's very advantageous to use PSA for the bulk of what I send in. Like I said, I like Beckett. I have no problems with it, but right now I can get close to the same value using SGC for a fraction of the price and a fraction of the turnaround time. And as far as like the low end stuff, guys, like I'm gonna like trumpet it from the rooftops. Like GMA is a decent company. They don't suck. They don't just hand out 10s. The first order, you guys can go back and watch the video I put out. I'll put it right there. We sent in stuff to test how good they were. You know what I mean? We let certain things slide, as I'm doing in my SGC order, as you'll see this week as soon as that order arrives, just to test to see how they grade. You know, we cracked a PSA 9 to stick in our GMA order, and it came back a GMA 9. You know, so, and there were grades that were very accurate to what I would have guessed from what we sent in. So they're a decent company, guys. I don't send heavy heat to them. Like, this stuff is always going to be PSA. PSA is king. You know, until somebody knocks them off the throne, all the big heavy hitters are going to PSA. You know, there's some other ones out there that I'm considering giving a try, like CGC, who mainly does the comics, and HGA, which is the new computer grading service. So I kind of want to try it just for that. Plus, they have the cool color slabs. But the thing is, they're more expensive too. Both of those are going to be more expensive than me sending to PSA. And like I said with Beckett, I like Beckett and I like those other two companies. But if I'm paying money to get something slabbed, am I going to get the return on my investment that I want? You know what I mean? Now, I know those are both speedier than Beckett, so that makes me a little bit more prone to use them first, especially since I'm a content creator. It's always nice to be able to present you guys with my unfiltered opinion of these services. The bulk of my stuff, guys, goes to PSA. I send so much to PSA through my buddy Nate. You guys can send to any of these 3 grading services we touched on today. GMA, our next submission for that is going to be March 15th. So all you got to do is reach out to us in the Facebook group, or I have my email down below in the description. On March 8th, I'm going to be doing another SGC group submission. And again, you can reach out to me, email, Facebook group there. And every single week, guys, Nate is sending PSA submissions, and you can find him in our Facebook group as well. So if you guys are interested in grading cards, we are grading cards weekly and monthly through our Facebook group. We're also doing buy-sell trades in there, and it's the best way to keep up with what's going on with our YouTube channels as well. Guys, I genuinely appreciate all the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching to the end. And until next time, may God bless you, and I hope you take it easy.